This is Dave Daly with Keizer TV. We're here today at the Keizer Community Center, and everyone behind us, these are story poles being carved. We brought you the kickoff announcement that they were being done. And Lori, share with us today the relevance of what just happened, the school bell being placed back high in the Keizer community. Where did it come from, and how does it feel to have it at this point?
So the bell is from the old Keizer School, which was built in 1916. And the bell is original to that building. Nate and I didn't know that. This is actually Nate Brown's idea. He said, where's that bell? It's not being used. It's a historical artifact for the city of Keizer. Let's try to get it and let's see the size. We had no details and we didn't know. So Nate and I climbed up to the bell tower and found the bell, and there it was setting, not being used. No one would ever get to view it, and it wasn't being rung. So Nate made sure that he got it down. The Public Works folks got it down for us, and the size was perfect, as you can see, for it to be on the pole. Absolutely perfect. The bell originally was made in Ohio, is that correct? By the
Hillsboro, Ohio.
And what's the name of the bell manufacturer? Was it CE Bell?
CE Bell. We can look up on it, but
It's on the
CE
yoke.
Bell and Company.
So the bell was manufactured sometime between 1886 and 1894. So we don't know where that particular bell was from, somewhere in that date to 1916. But somehow that bell came to be in the old Keizer School. So children used to be called to their classes by the ringing of that bell. And our hope is that we'll be able to figure out how we can ring the bell from on top of the pole and have a switch in the Civic Center so that when the kids come on their history tours, the third graders come through the building on their history tours, they'll be able to ring the bell.
That's a great idea. And this bell was not always in that structure next to the community center. That school was moved here.
Correct.
And the bell was still in the tower when you moved it, and it wasn't damaged. It's fully functional. We just heard it ring.
Yeah.
What a great course of events. Moving that structure must have been some feat.
Yeah.
But that the bell is still intact.
If it was moving, I wonder if it was ringing as it was down there.
Kudos to Nate. You know, Nate just really had the vision for that bell to be on top. We had no idea, will it work? What's the size? How do we get it? And the Keizer Heritage Foundation is the owner of the bell, and the board gave us permission to display it on top of the story pole, which is a huge benefit to the community. No one would ever see that bell. No one would ever hear that bell. And now it's part of our fabric.
People didn't even know the bell existed, except for a handful of people. Nobody even knew that there was a bell up there.
Wow.
And so to be on display as a part of Keizer Heritage, I think is great.
It is awesome. And this is just one story of many sections, chapters of these two poles getting their next repurpose. They were just sitting here for so long, and now they are taking on a art and historical, and our pride, spirit, and volunteerism has been carved on to this. So it's just so neat to have this repurposed and connect with so many different people and age groups. So to you, Nate and Lori, thanks to you for getting this here. I know we have other city staff we're going to interview how this idea came to be. Want to thank Keizer Fire. You saw our ladder truck, lift the bell, and then 3D art. What do you want to say to Kevin and his team for their efforts in making this look so beautiful?
Well, we looked all over. I mean, part of the process it has taken, we've worked pretty actively for the last year and a half or 2 years to really execute the project. We had the money, we wanted to go, and we needed to find the exact right artist. So I personally visited all three, talked with Nate and said, I think I found our artist. And then he visited Kevin at his shop, 3D Art, Oregon 3D Art, and Kevin is an artist, and he's an engineer, and he could see what we wanted him to see. And he and his son Tyler have executed this and make it happen. I couldn't say enough about them. They're truly artists. Originally, we thought we would have it carved as the tribes carved their poles, which means cutting it down, laying it lateral, and having it hand carved. But when you see Kevin's work, we thought, no, this is the way to go. And this is so Oregon, you know, to use chainsaws and carve into the live trees as they're in the ground. It couldn't be better.
Yeah.
No, not exactly live.
Well, okay. But,
But safe, you know.
Into the ground.
The root structure is safe for it to sit there, correct? I mean, they removed.
Preserve the trees. trees
Yeah.
so that they would be ready when the time comes. And that's been 6 years, and they're in great shape.
And Oregon 3D Art actually has the expertise to be able to make sure that they are preserved. And so that was another thing. A lot of people told us, you know, they're toast. They're toast. A lot of people said, well, they've been standing for 4 to 5 years. And so they said, oh, it's just wasted. But when these guys got into it, they came out more than once and really tested the wood. And it's, you know, they were, you know, this is good wood. And when they got in cutting it, it's perfect. It's awesome.
And so we have 220 cities in the state of Oregon. Do we know of another city that has story poles on trees that were on a campus that are repurposed?
No.
This is groundbreaking.
It is.
This is leading a new path.
Yeah.
It's how we do it in Keizer. We will find a way.
Yep.
We say what's possible,
Yep.
and behind us is the result
That's right.
of people coming together
Right.
and not settling for, just till it under and plant something over it. But this is such a great,
Right.
so many intrinsic things beyond these story poles come together. And I appreciate you two espouse those tenacity. And we lead here in Keizer. We don't always follow.
Well,
so
there's more to come too, Dave. We've got another couple projects that are really going to be sensational, and it takes time. You know, I mean, I've been working with public art for I don't know 5+ years. I don't know. Anyway, but you know, once people start to see it, their creative juices get flowing, and then more fun things happen. So we'll have some other projects to talk with you about as soon as we finish this. We want this done and put to bed, just like we did the mural. We put one project to bed, and then we move on to the next.
When you say this, what does this mean?
What do you mean this?
This project.
yeah.
What do you envision this project to be?
I envision this project to be both poles.
Both poles.
Yes.
That's what I was trying to drag out of you.
Yes, both poles will be carved. And we really feel that we have a plan forward to make that happen, not 6 years from now. We think we can make that happen maybe in the next 6 months, the true 6 months. And then we'll have both of them completed, and then we can move on to the next project, and then we've got another project.
Okay, so that's the update. Story poles, a new narrative about how the bell came on top of it, and we will be back with other updates when our first poll is done, which is projected in the next week or so. And so just exciting. So thank you for talking with me, Nate and Lori. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I'm Dave Daly with KeizerTV.com. Thank you.